Does that look cooler?
Yeah.
Yeah? What about that?
Oh, no.
No? Is that too much? Welcome guys to an impromptu out of bounds. This is, I didn't expect this, hence why it's impromptu. So we were just finishing filming yesterday and I was speaking to the Joondalup staff about how crazy this Dynapower 2 iron is. We did a short on this hitting the stinger and they said, oh, we've got a few bread knives in here. Do you want to come and look at some of the lost golf clubs that get left behind? And you will not believe what we found. That is huge. That would be a good video. This thing is interesting.
That's something else.
Yeah. Everything square at impact, straight, whack. Tommy, we needed this with the launch pads. Yeah? Guys, it doesn't get any more out of boundsy than the square strike. Look at this thing. So, square strike, a rather unique concept. No doubt you've seen this online in reviews, infomercials. It's a very strange idea of having like a putting stroke straight back and straight through. With a wedge, it's usually more of a swing door kind of arc. And it's meant to eliminate the chunks, but also the thins. It totally blows my mind how easy it is to use. Rick Dake, 18 handicap. So obviously this is designed for golfers that are really struggling around the green area, in short game in general. So I thought what we'd do is get Tommy, the non-golfer behind the camera, to test a few shots wedge versus the square strike. So we're going to do 3 rounds of this. Tommy, hi. So Tommy's going to hit 1 shot with the high toe and then 1 shot with the square strike. So this is the ultimate test because Tommy's hit a handful of chip shots in his life. We're going to start with the wedge with the yellow ball. Nice. So that popped straight up really, didn't it? It was a nice strike though, very, very good technique. Non-golfer showing us up. And now the smart square, so you'll notice straight away, Tommy, here, shaft angle's steeper. So it's more like a putting stroke angle. So it's just straight back and straight through now. Lower trajectory, to be fair. That's great. Oh, it's still rolled on, but that's a win, isn't it, for square strike? Yeah? Wow, there you go. So this is a club definitely in my dad's realm. Just wants to go and enjoy a round rather than worry about hitting into the ground, chunking it, thinning it. This is just a putting stroke required. I did knife that. That was a thin, but it went in, so who cares? So I put a few prices up of different places because I'm not really 100% sure, but I looked on Amazon quickly for this and you're looking about 99 US. I think it was blowing out to like 250, 260 roughly Australian, hence why I never ordered one. $260.
Do you reckon you can get like 100 yards off that?
Shall we try? I'm interested to know, can you use it as a full wedge? It is a 45 degree. The only thing that's going to be a bit more difficult is it's more of a Bryson sort of hand position, but we've done that before. There's no reason why we can't do it again, so why not? How far does the square strike actually go? Obviously don't do this at home, it's not intended to do this, but it wouldn't be out of bounds if we didn't do something we shouldn't do. I've said that a few times now. Did something that we shouldn't do. Wouldn't be out of bounds if we did something we shouldn't do. Didn't do something we should do. It wouldn't be out of bounds if we didn't do something we should do. Yeah? It's intended to be a chipper short game utensil, not a full club. And the first thing you're going to see, again, is the Bryson DeChambeau hand position. So we're 150 metres out. I just want to see how close we can actually get. It flies like a pitching wedge. Honestly, it flies like a pitching wedge. That's gone about, I'd say, 100 metres.
It sounds like a pitching wedge.
Yeah, it flew just like one. It flew just, we've got a bit of a toe mark there because I'm so upright. Very unusual. Insert at the back. Like a plastic insert in the back. Non-golfer round 2. Square strike, 1-0. We're starting again with a wedge. Just got a little flicky uphill. This is not really a wedge shot, is it? But we'll still go with it. Bumpy run, yeah. So you're probably going to be a bit happier anyway with the square strike on this one, but we'll see. So just a ground before ball. So this is where the square strike could help you bounce its way through. See, look, straight away. It's a good club for that. I think that's a clear win again for the square strike. Yeah. 2-0? Yeah. Third round, let's go. I needed to have a go. I'm interested because for me, even though it's the same loft, I would play this 2 different ways. So we've got this to float like that, bounce right, bounces left, and then this, I just feel it comes out lower. It'd be more of a bump and run and use the bank. I mean, the non-golfer extraordinaire. Starting with the wedge. We're going for a bit of a shorter one to mix it up. This is could be a bit of a fiddly, one of those that you tend to decelerate because it's so close. So it's wedge first. It's a bloody good shot. Okay. You've been practicing. Bit of a fluffy lie this, so this could be difficult. Or not. Huh?
Definitely felt nicer though.
Felt nicer. It's 1 again, it's a 3-0. So I think the verdict for me is it is legit. It does what it says. It is easier. I mean, you've got a huge sole. It's less likely to dig in. You're still going to thin it. You can't anti-thin. You can't anti-thin proof a golf club basically. Look, that is still quite sharp. You know, I even think that could get quite. I don't know. It's too firm to find out. But I think it's a great little idea. It would seem to be easy for you in terms of like mechanics and things, pitching, chipping, flops. They all require different stances and things like that. Maybe incorporating something like a chipper into a game for someone like Tommy or someone that started a game, high handicapper. You just do your putting stroke, so less fundamentals to think about. But I think in terms of at some point you are going to have to change this because you've got more shot shaping abilities with a wedge. So at some point you're going to have to get out of the comfort zone and join the wedge.
It's more consistent pace as well.
Yeah, yeah. With the yeah. Well, again with the putter, that's why people choose a lower loft. You can roll something. It's easier to gaze than floating something in the air. So, yeah, I see positives on both sides. I think this is great if you're just taking it casually, socially. Don't really want to take any lessons on your short game. No problem with that. This is where obviously you can do your flops and all sorts with, be really finesse with a wedge and become really, really accurate. This is like a dustbin lid around, I'd say. This is obviously you stop and drop, get it close, or hole it, which I never do. I just feel like a situation like this with kangaroo poo, look at that, that's a fresh one. Eating lots of greens, well done. You need a bit of elevation with your wedge, get underneath it, flop it up, like that, compared to this, where you're almost gonna have to run it through the rough, almost. Doesn't mean you can play it, it's just a harder shot to kind of pull off, and look at the momentum now rolling through. So there are times and places on the golf course where I don't think it's great, but from a generic fringe just off the rough relatively flat lie, I think it's pretty solid. So it's a club, guys, I've wanted to do for a while, as I said earlier, and I'm glad we did. It is better than what I thought. It's still on the gimmicky side. It does its job though, you can't deny that. It is a glorified chipper at the end of the day. A few little tech adjustments, but I think for the price, it's, if you want just an easy way of chipping, Why not? Thanks as always for watching. If you're not a part of Team L, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification. Ciao, amigo.